I always pour alcohol around my doorstep before it gets dark. The first thing I do when I get home is to quickly give my dog a thorough cleaning. As soon as I see the sun starting to set, I immediately pull up the special steel plates to seal the doors and windows. But even with no light at all inside the house, I still don't feel safe enough. I have to hold a rifle to be able to sleep in the bathtub, because once night falls, the outside world no longer belongs to humans. A horde of terrifying monsters roam the streets in a frenzy. In 2052, a vicious virus wiped out 90% of the population. 0.9% of people turned into creatures called night demons. They are deathly afraid of sunlight only coming out at night, and they have an extremely sharp sense of smell. I am one of the very few survivors in the world immune to the virus. Less than 1% of people have a natural immunity. On this day, I was driving a Ford Mustang, speeding through the abandoned streets of New York, chasing an elk that was cutting through the city. In this world where I'm the only one left, food is the most pressing need. But just as I was about to take action, suddenly a lioness leaped out and took down the elk before I could. Seeing my prey snatched away right in front of me, I thought about hunting the lioness too, but then a male lion and a cub slowly emerged. Seeing the whole family together before my eyes, I thought of my own family who had died, so I let them go. I turned and went down to my underground medical lab to check if the mutated rats injected with the antidote had returned to normal. Suddenly I noticed one mutated rat was no longer aggressive. If this experiment with the rat is successful, it could mean that night demons can be turned back into humans. On this day, while I was playing golf, my dog sensed something strange. There seemed to be movement in the distance. I quickly grabbed my rifle and looked through the 4x S-scope. I saw that it was an elk. I immediately took my dog to hunt it. The elk ducked into a building. My dog followed right after it. I rushed in after my dog. I followed the blood trail on the floor, but then around the corner I spotted an animal's head. I nervously moved closer to check and found it was just the elk we had been hunting, but the elk's face before it died looked terrified. This made me raise my rifle and scan the area. However, as I kept looking, an even more horrifying scene unfolded.